for coming up. So now that you're here, can you explain why I've personally been on your show, in your chat, and witnessed you host Dominicans and different people who are Spanish make a lot of racist jokes about black people. You and everybody thought it was funny. Why are you offended at the tether thing today when you know
Uh,
you've participated in some of the same exact behaviors that FBA have a problem with?
okay. Kello Kentucky is the Cloud Chase Coca-Cola Dominican representative. Decalcify my pound of gland while simultaneously practicing impulse control and self-mastery. Happy hump day. What's going on, Venus? Um, Venus,
Yes.
it's very interesting your viewpoints, especially when you're from Brooklyn, New York, and
Mhm.
like you said earlier,
We can get
most
into
of the
it,
people,
but can you answer
most of
my
the
question?
people, okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get there, but most of the people that live in New York that are black are Caribbean or Hispanic. You know
that's
the
not
like the sorry.
that's not true.
Well, I'm talking about people of color. Like you're
Okay.
not. It's not
Before
mostly
before we get on Venus, can you answer my question?
okay.
Why
The
does it
question.
offend you
Well, the
when
question.
I personally seen you host
Uh
panels where Dominican and Puerto Rican and different
huh.
men have said some of the most racist and fucked up
Right,
shit about black
right.
people? I've seen you do it several times. So
Okay.
why does the word tether offend you when you've actually done exactly the thing that black Americans are mad about?
All right. So I believe in dark comedy, right? So in my channel, there's been all type of people that go there, and I let it be like a free for all. That people could discuss any topic. The race topic tends to get people emotional or riled up, or they might feel offended, or they might want to crack a joke. Even patriarchy, he cracks on everybody. He's cracked about Dominicans, and if the joke was funny, I laugh. Now there's a difference between someone cracking a joke or being funny, when I feel like someone really hates a group or something, and that's completely different to me. I might joke on you. Oh, what you eat? Watermelon and fried chicken. I'm just joking. I love watermelon and fried chicken. It's a great combo. But it's different when someone like truly hates another group. I don't like that, and I think it's weird behavior. So now, like I said, in my
What's the
channel,
difference?
it was more like a free for all.
But
So that go ahead.
what's the difference? You said it's a difference between people who make racist jokes and people who are actually racist. So how, if they
Yeah,
say the
yeah.
same things out of their mouth, what is the difference?
Well,
How do
no, because
you,
um if somebody says, "Yo, fighter, go eat tacos," like, and first of all, we don't make tacos as Mexicans, but I understand the joke. I probably laugh at it. Or if they say, "Oh, fighter, we're gonna call ice on you," I'm American. I was born here. That can't happen. But there's a difference between someone playing around versus when they really mean it. So then, if you generally don't like me, I should generally not like you either.
yeah, I don't think black Americans find that stuff funny. Like I don't. I guess that's the disconnect. Like you don't. So when you're outside of a group or you're of a different culture, you could say anything and then be like, "Oh, but they're jokes." But like you don't get to dictate what the other group finds offensive. And that's not how that goes.
Okay,
But like
but
a lot
it's
of people,
preposterous. The claims
and
were
then
preposterous. That saying that the pitfalls of Black American society is due to immigrants or people that have foreign ties. I think that was very irresponsible to say.
well,
I
that's an argument Tiff made. I don't necessarily stand on that hill. My thing about the non FBA, I'm talking about current day. If I look at who the loudest voices are in media, who perpetuate more negative imagery about Black Americans than positive ones, they're usually non FBA. We could look at that with the music, the social media pages. And I do believe that the gender war was started by non FBA men. I'm standing on that because of every content creator that I can point to with the loudest voices, right? Like a Myron, what's his name, Tommy Sotomayor. Uh, damn it, a lot of them escaping
Oh,
me right now.
oh.
But we
What
went
about
through
what about Cynthia G?
that is a Black American.
Okay. What about Prince Maker? Queen Maker. You
That's
you
a black.
remember Queen?
But what
Yeah.
about them?
Okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm telling you the things they do.
What do they do?
It's causing division, and they're speaking down on their own people. They're speaking down on the opposite sex, but it's their own group, their own ethnic group, and they're belittling their own group. It's to me is weird.
But how come when I spoke to you about what like non FBA is doing, you kind of like
Mhm.
deflected away from that? Why'd you do that?
Um.
Because
Well.
you can point to Cynthia G and Prince Ella, sure. But I could point you to a lot of uh non FBA people in like prominent positions, right? That where they
Okay.
actually can cause harm to people, right? Like that cop who got arrested. I mean, who got supposedly fired, that Spanish girl, right? Like so many political people we see who when it's convenient they're black, but then they'll use that, right? They'll like use that to get black people on their side and get their vote. And then every time they get in office, they don't do shit for black people, right? So like
Yeah.
my
But
issue
okay.
beyond
Okay.
gossiping on the internet, I'm talking about real harm that outsiders get to cause to my community by cosplaying, and then we'll
Mhm.
get them in a certain position and they'll shit on us. And now we've seen that several times.
All right. So now let me. All right. So let me say one thing. Right. People will use any tool that they can. So like a person like me, I grew up around Caribbean people, right? As far as like Anglo Caribbean people, I, I speak Spanish, so I can pretty much go to any country, just start speaking to people in Spanish, and now I have a automatic connection there. Or I could just black people period they will accept me, or they will be okay with me because they see me of color. So people are going to use any tool they can, especially if it's in politics. You want to have as many people as you can support you. So I think that's why they do that. They want everybody to be their friend. They want everybody to look at them as a good person. So that's what politics is a dirty game.
But they
So we
haven't
can't.
been doing good things, right? Like I talked about the shade room earlier and that being ran by an African, right? Like you said, it's convenient. They got the skin complexion and the hair
Right.
texture to blend in. Like, oh, we all black. But what we've seen is when we get into a lot of their actions,
Yeah.
that like mentally we're not on the same page. They don't have any problem harming the group at all.
Yeah.
And
Not.
that's
But
what you see.
you got to remember though. So now now that in the times we're living in, now a lot of the people in hip hop and R&B and stuff like that, they're not all
American.
black American, right? So a lot of times they're even shitting on them too. Takashi 69 get trolls, Cardi B gets trolled, Nicki Minaj, everybody gets it. Everyone gets the smoke. So it's not like they just pick on the FBA artists or FBA celebrities. If you get caught doing some goofy stuff, they're gonna clown you. They're gonna make fun of you, criticize you. So what I didn't like about, okay, so Sucker Free
Who
says
is that
most of,
person?
okay,
Lafayette.
so okay, Rafael Trujillo was a dictator in Dominican Republic. So, but Sucker Free, if that's so, then why did Dominicans delete him? He was assassinated by Dominican people. Why? Because they disagreed with his dictatorship. So this is what I'm saying.
But that don't mean that you guys don't take on the colonizers or oppressors ideology, because think about it. How colorist are your people, fighter,
Not
against each
well,
other?
not in my family, but anywhere where a lot of black people worldwide, globally, they feel colorism. Sometimes they feel like they're not good enough. To me, it's backwards. I love my complexion. I love when the summertime I get darker. I love it, but Some people, a lot of black people worldwide, they just, some don't love themselves, or they feel they like they're less than. I don't agree with that
But,
sentiment.
but but my point is when you say like the people just because they deleted that dictator meant that
Yeah.
somehow they don't agree with some of the ideology. So I'm pointing to the fact that people will agree with the ideology of people who are very harmful to them all the time, i.e., a lot of non-black Americans who take on white supremacy thinking. They take on colorist thinking, even though they could be some of the darkest people you ever seen. They take on like these issues against black Americans, some of which they never even been around one. Like they come here with that already built in. They view like being against black people as a direct route to somehow showing allegiance to white people. And so they're willing to step on us, right? To just have some type of proximity to these people. And you and I know this. So why do you get offended for me just calling a thing a thing? Why does that
No,
offend
no,
you?
no, because I get it. The reason I got mad like real quick was because I hate how you generalize the minority negative. I understand why you do it, because the negative stands out more, right? Um,
I
uh, uh,
generally minority.
yeah, yeah, that's the, yeah, the negative stands out. Anything negative, it just stands out. People don't talk about, oh, the random kid who had a troubled life, but now he's a doctor now or something. They don't talk about that. No, they want to talk about the kid who got deleted in the streets. They don't want to talk about the positive stuff that happens every day, because it's dull and boring. We want drama and blood and arguing and belittling.
So let
Like
me ask you a
I
question.
guarantee you, if like an example, we could take it back to the main topic. If what's that singer? She's the that chocolate girl. What's her name? Coco Jones, I think. I think she's a singer, right? Coco Jones, is that her name?
I think I know what you're talking about. Mhm.
Coco Jones. A lot of people like her, so she has a likable personality. So I think if people found out that Coco Jones got cheated on, I don't think the men would be happy at that. I think they're gonna be parading that. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's fucked up." I think the men would say, "Oh shit, I wouldn't cheat on you. You're beautiful." Like, so, I think it's just
Okay,
Meg The Stallion's behavior.
when you seen them do that, but before that, why? What's one of the reasons you call me a hypocrite fighter? What's the reason?
Oh no, no, because it's interesting
Because
to me,
you
because
hear me talk.
you grew up around Caribbean people and Hispanics, and I
Mhm,
guarantee you, that were like half of your friend group.
mhm.
So, and you know that, yes, in every group there's a minority of people that they're super negative, racist, they think they're better than people, or they're bigots or xenophobic or whatever. But I don't like the fact that you try to generalize as if that's most people.
So yeah, the reason you call me hypocrite is because I speak. I'm very open about the fact that I have Caribbean friends. I speak positively about Caribbean people as well, right? And I make it my business to do that because I'm not trying to generalize everybody. That's why I that's why I do it. That's why I'm gonna tell you my favorite type of music is soca music. I like Jamaican food. There's a reason I also say those things. That's me trying to be responsible and I'm doing it on purpose because I'm not generalizing everybody. I keep on saying I have Caribbean friends because I'm trying to say they're all not that way. I know they're not that way. So I don't think I'm generalizing. I really don't. That's the point of me like also trying to talk about the positive aspects I see with Caribbean people is because I'm trying my best not to paint everybody with the broad brush because I know that's not true about everybody. So I don't know. I don't feel like doing that.
Because then, like earlier, y'all were talking about, oh, they come, that got that's where it got weird. Like, oh, they come to the black neighborhood, and they got businesses there. I'm like, bruh, like, people are gonna buy out wherever it's cheaper, because it's
Oh,
more conducive
okay.
to their pocket.
So
So they're
let me
gonna.
so let me
Go
explain
ahead.
this. I have a huge issue with this. And this might not be a tether thing. This is I can understand how it's all conflated. So this is my issue specifically Asian people. I have a huge problem. Okay. This is why. If you look in every quote unquote hood, you are going to see a lot of Asian owned businesses. You will not see a lot of black employees. Um, you will not see Asians supporting any black business anywhere. You're not going to find them doing that. You're not going to find them hiring black people like that. You're not, they don't even really like us. So, yes, I have a problem with the fact that those immigrants can come into the ghetto, the poorest neighborhoods, and be amongst a group of people they really don't like, extract all of the resources. They don't put any back into the community at all to make their lives better. Yes, I have a huge problem with that. Okay, so I have different issues with different groups for different reasons. But yes, I have a problem with that. Or even like I said, yes, we have a bodega in every neighborhood. I love the bodega, it's fine. What I'm pointing to is where is the black corner store in all these black neighborhoods? Where are the black corner stores?
Mm, but I mean, how can you get mad at another group because they trying to capitalize, right? It's not like a zero sum game. It's not just because they want to do good. Is saying I want you to suffer. I don't want you to win. I think most people are just indifferent, going day by day. They're trying to make it. So, it, I mean, if in a black community, if they don't have black businesses, that's their fault. But when I go to Chicago, I've been to Chicago a few times. Got family there. A lot of the black people I know, they're doing well, and it's all a bunch of black businesses, and they own homes, and there's a bunch of positive programs out there. They got a lot of stuff going on out there. So I don't focus on the negative. I focus on the positive. That's how I live life. So
Okay, fine. I want to answer this because Robin says I have to disagree. I see a lot of black young girls working in Asian hair stores. That's true, and that's about the only place you're gonna see them. Wherever they
really,
absolutely have to have them. That's like a beauty supply store. They're gonna have certain black people there, and that's only because the black girls know what the black girls want to buy. And if you look at like 10 years ago, that wasn't even a thing. It really wasn't. But they're
or like a supply store, not at a
a
salon.
supply store.
Okay.
Um, I think Chris Rock made a documentary or a movie called Good Hair a few years ago, right?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, one of the things that got revealed in that documentary was like the Asians didn't even want to sell to black people so that they could open their own businesses. Like they had the wholesale on a lot of things.
Yeah, I see what
That
you're saying.
and they didn't even want to sell to black women who were like their number one customer. You could be our customer, but they didn't want to sell to us so we could open some of our own stores. I think that changed a lot now, but I remember seeing that as a little girl, right? And so to your point, fighter, nobody says anything when any other groups move that way with us, right? It's fine. All of you practice nepotism, and I understand it, and I think it's smart. So, what I'm saying to my people is hey, we need to practice nepotism and gatekeep also. And that shouldn't upset people like you who come from people who that's all y'all do, and it works. It works for y'all. If one of y'all get in on a construction site, we're gonna look up and there's gonna be 20 Dominicans by within 6 months. Y'all always get in somewhere, and the first thing y'all do is worry about your own. So why are you guys upset that black Americans are telling black Americans, look, hey, y'all the only ones not doing that, and look how it's going for y'all. It's not going well. We need to do the same.
I'm not bothered by that. I'm bothered by the finger pointing like that's every like that's anyone else's fault. If they
No, it's a combination because I don't. You know, one of the reasons I went to beauty school, they asked you this question when you first come. You know what I said? They said, Why are you here?" You know what I said? I said, "I don't appreciate going to people to give them my money for beauty services who don't like me, don't respect me, and are gonna talk shit about me in front of my face in a whole nother language. I don't like that for myself, and I don't like that for black women." And so black women over the last like 15 years have like really dominated all these other side fields like nails, hair, waxing, skincare, facials, all that shit in droves because we started realizing we rather spend our money with each other. Because like if you go to the Russians, they talking shit about you while you getting a facial. You go to the Dominicans to get your hair blown out, they talking shit about you while they blowing out your hair. You go to the nail salon, the Chinese people talking shit about you while they're doing your nails. So yeah, a lot of people get to come to our communities and extract resources while contributing absolutely the fuck nothing, not even basic respects. Okay? Not even basic respects, contributing nothing. And yes, as a black person, I have a problem with it. I absolutely do. I'm not going to hide it. I have a problem with it. I want black people to do more of that for each other, like how the black women in New York have done it. The black women in some of these southern places I've seen have, oh my goodness, like especially like Atlanta. I've seen it in Texas. I've seen it in the Carolinas. Like the black women really been getting busy and learning the skills for the things that we are spending all of our money on any damn way. We rather spend it with each other and do it with each other. Because no, these groups of people don't respect us, they don't like us, and they don't contribute any fucking thing to us. So it seemed like y'all really low key. Again, y'all been doing this stuff. Y'all been practicing nepotism. You guys been looking out for each other, and you're sorry, y'all. I don't know what just happened, but I don't know if Fighter wants to come back. But yeah, it seems like y'all are just mad that we figured y'all out. I'm sorry. That's what it seemed like. Because if you really cared about my group and wanted what was best for them, me telling my people to gatekeep and practice nepotism should not be upsetting anyone, especially when you guys come from groups of people who do it, who have always done it, and it worked for y'all. Since Seven said, I see a black business, but not just contained to majority black areas. Yeah, that's the goal. That's always the goal. I'm not saying we gotta stay in the hood or stay in the, but just that level of we don't deserve basic respect. Imagine that. Like you are going to people's businesses for years, right? And you don't deserve basic respect. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, my bad, my phone died. Okay, so no, let me correct you, Venus. Venus, I'm not arguing with nepotism. No, nepotism. All it means is you looking out for your people, your friends, whatever. I'm not. There's no issue with that. My issue is if there's a black neighborhood and somebody's driving by it and they see a storefront working for lease or for rent or whatever or for sale, a property, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna rent that out and start a business there. You can't get mad at me. I'm participating in monopoly. I'm participating in economic competition. Why would someone get mad at me for that?
Well, I don't get mad at you.
The,
I'm gonna tell
there's
you.
Black Americans that in touristic areas in Dominican Republic, they've opened up American style businesses like like burger spots, pizza
Mhm.
spots, wing spots, and they doing good out there. I don't think anyone's hating on them. If
No,
a Dominican out there is angry that a foreigner is in their country getting it, that should teach him a lesson. Hey, maybe you should try to do what he's doing too.
right. Thank you. Right. That's all I'm telling my
Yeah,
people. Do what they're
right.
doing. Because listen, but this is the thing. We don't get mad at y'all. Everybody knows black people have been the most accepting group, right? I wasn't originally not mad. This is what makes me mad. When you find out these people don't respect you, they don't like you. Now you're an issue. See what I'm saying? So you having the Dominican salon here is not a problem. I'm happy to come, happy to let you wash and blow out my hair. But once I find out that, oh, they're disrespecting me right in front of my face in a whole nother language, and they keep doing that. Once I find out, oh, the Asian people are doing the same thing, or the Asian people selling my people some shit they wouldn't dare put in their mouth. Right? Once I find out, damn, we never see any of these people shop with us. They don't put no money in our pockets. Once I find out all of this hateful ass shit they be doing, now I have a problem. So no, it's not simply because you set up a business and you practice capitalism. No, that ain't it. It's the fact that your whole business depends on this one group of people that you happen to fucking hate. You don't respect at all. Nah, I don't want to support no businesses like that. I don't think black people should. They better one thing they didn't learn from their damn oppressors was you gotta keep that shit on the low if you are moving like that. Okay? They got a little too bold for me. So I can't fuck with it.
Yeah,
I
but
know
who's really doing that?
you understand. All of them. Damn near every black woman in here can tell you some shit like that happened to them. That they went somewhere with all the best intentions to pay somebody their money and they got disrespected for no fucking reason. People talking shit about them. All type of shit. People scamming them.
I'm gonna look at it like just women
Not
being
with
catty. I look at
you.
it. I look at it as women being catty.
Nah, these are men too. These are Asian men too. These are like all Spanish people too.
all.
Not all, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's like I mean, like it's not just women. Like y'all can't just put everything on women. It's not just a woman thing. You think men don't be outwardly racist to women? Hell yeah, they do. Same way they outwardly disrespectful and
Not,
everything else.
no, not really.
Yes, they are.
Men, yo, if men are, I think men are more racist towards. I think women and men are more racist towards men. We don't care about that race shit when it comes to a woman. We don't really
That,
care
that's not true.
if she's beautiful and if we find them attractive and it's mutual, we'll give them the time of day. Look at your brother Bracy. I mean,
Well, he is that usually doesn't when we're talking about white women, that's a different conversation. But we
he's
talking
a pro black. He's a how is he a pro black divester?
okay, look, I don't want you to use this
All
out
right, all right, all right.
to be shady to somebody who's not here. But you get the point.
Oh my god! Yeah, listen, man.
Oh
This
wait,
is funny.
most of the Caribbean people I know has said their parents specifically told them do not date a black American, don't bring a black American home. That's a real thing, especially for Caribbean and Africans. And I'm pretty sure for Spanish people too. Like we're not gonna pretend y'all are all racist as hell. I'm sorry. A lot of the
We're
foreigners,
racist.
descendants of foreigners, low key, y'all can't even help it. Y'all have inherited some level of racism in some way. You have.
Wait, so wait, how can a Jamaican be racist to someone like you? And you
I heard
look,
I heard a Jamaican tell me that black Americans are lazy. They all live in the projects and they all live on food stamps. This is a Jamaican man who was driving a dollar van. This is what he was in his car saying because he assumed that everybody in there was a Caribbean person. And he was going to town on black Americans and how they ain't shit. And of course, that didn't go well at the end
yeah.
of
Well,
that
we
because
well we well that's bullshit. Because in New York City, immigrants are on food stamps and all that shit too, and in the projects. So that's
well,
you
I don't
know.
know. That's what he was saying about black Americans. I had this, I'm gonna tell you some real honest to God shit. I was trying to have this conversation with one of my clients, maybe like 2 weeks ago, right? And I told her, I remember starting a conversation like this. I said, I think sometimes Caribbean people say things that are offensive that they don't think are offensive. And she was like, what do you mean? I
Oh,
said, how come every time one of y'all meet me, y'all always ask me if I'm Caribbean? I said, is the assumption that I own a business because I'm Caribbean? Like, why do y'all always think
mm,
that? That's the first thing y'all say.
mm.
And she was like, well, usually, I said, well, I'm not Caribbean, right? And then I said, but she said, but why is that offensive to you? I said, because you're assuming that Black Americans can't like do anything. And then she literally said this. She said, but no, that's like saying you're one of the good ones. And I said, see,
Oh
you don't
shit.
right. I said, you don't see what you I said, so if I'm one of the good ones, what are you saying about the other ones? And she's got quiet. Like y'all can't what I mean when I really say y'all inherit racist shit and don't even realize when you talk to people, even in your quote unquote compliment, you're fucking insulting my whole group of people. What is one of the good ones?
Venus, okay, but your act. I don't understand why if there's ignorant people out there. Why are you putting that on everybody? If there's ignorant people like that,
I'm not putting on everybody. I'm pointing to very real things that actually hurt the black American, right? I pointed to politics, I pointed to media, representation, and job opportunity, right? So I'm pointing to ways where non FBA people get into positions of power and they actually cause harm. Those little frivolous conversations don't concern me as much as like the power and the
yeah,
things that people are able to do concern me.
you know what I think's going on. This is all part like sensationalism and politics, and this is more divisive than anything. As far as now, we are saying, "Oh, well, we kind of look like cousins, or we look like we could be related." But you speak with this dialect, and your flag is of a different color, so we should beef because of that. I mean, this is kind of goofy to me because in real life, we're not concerned about that. We don't. If I meet a black girl, I might ask her, "Hey, where you from?" Just so I could know about her. If she tells me, "Oh, I'm from New Orleans," then I know, "Oh, okay, I know a little bit about your culture. I like history." I would, just because I want to relate to her or speak about something positive or interesting, not because I want to belittle her, or that things I think, or that means I think less of her. In real life, I think people judge each other more by their character, and yeah, it's a case by case scenario.
I don't think that's true because, like I said, when I see Spanish people, they not worried about character. When they get an opportunity and they get the chance to help a person in general, they're gonna look for somebody 9 times out of 10 that looks like them. Same thing with
I mean,
Asian people.
that's
Same thing
natural.
Caribbean people. Nah, that's the problem. It's natural for everybody but Black Americans. So I'm talking to Black Americans and telling y'all, you see how it's natural for everybody else? While y'all want to be on this all inclusion, everybody invited to the cookout shit. This is the point. This is why I'm doing all of this. Because it's not natural to my people and it needs to be. They
Yeah,
want to be
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
better.
You're tripping, bro. You telling me you telling me black Americans are not invited to the baby shower and the quinceanera? That's what you telling me?
For shit that matters, hell no. When y'all get
Oh my god.
when y'all get opportunities in different industries, y'all look for each other to pull each other up. I ain't mad at it, but that's what y'all do, and that's okay. But that's what everybody
Oh
else
my
is.
god.
I want my people to do the same shit.
Listen, man. There's a matter of fact, there's a guy named Flip Flop. He's a YouTuber, and he owns a wing spot out in DR in Sosua. I don't think anyone is saying over there, "Oh, get this fucking American or this black out of here." Like that's just weird. That sounds like hating.
I'm not saying that
It's
either, and I
it,
guarantee
it's
if that
it sounds
black
like
American,
hating.
if those black Americans was
Mhm.
over there being disrespectful,
Yeah.
it would be a
Oh,
different
oh, see, okay,
conversation.
okay. That's the thing too. He doesn't speak down on Dominicans.
He better fucking not. He know better.
He
That's the
doesn't
thing.
speak down
Y'all
on
don't
Dominicans.
know better. So the black American need to show y'all there's respect that's required here. Just think about it. That black person you talking about in the Dominican Republic would never be stupid enough to fix their mouth and tell Dominicans, y'all don't have no culture. That black American would never do. You guys are very disrespectful to black Americans. Very disrespectful. And way too comfortable doing that shit.
Yeah, I
And,
don't. Yeah, I don't
and,
see it. Yeah,
and you just
I don't
proved the
see
point,
it.
right? When you see us in your home, you ain't gonna see that.
Yeah.
We
So when I go to Dykeman, I'm gonna ask the Dominican people what they think. Like
about
what they
what?
think of about Black Americans. Like what they. I'm
Oh,
gonna
get
ask them.
the camera
Huh?
on and ask them.
Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, yeah, with the camera. Yeah, with the camera on. I'm a go. I do like IRL content. So all this summer, the people they be outside playing dominoes, smoking hookah. I'ma ask them. They might
So,
get a different response because the camera on them. Who knows? But hey, some people are blunt.
cause you remember, this conversation with me and you started because what did I say, fighter? I've heard how racist them Spanish people on your channel are. So I will
Okay,
listen to
yeah. See, but you see how you're highlighting the hate. But what about member Danny from Danny? He from Brooklyn. Y'all were vibing. Remember, he was like joking around, flirting with you. Y'all were vibing.
racist.
No, he's not racist, but he was. Y'all were like flirting. Like and I'm not trying to say like you were like
I don't
literally
remember.
interested. I think y'all were just joking. Y'all was literally joking, and but yet you're not gonna mention him because it doesn't matter because it was like positive. It was cool vibes, but you're always gonna remember the negative.
Yeah, like this person. This time I'm about to show you the
I
racism.
won't deny. I won't deny that there were racist people in my chat. That I'm
So
like, damn.
Black Americans for calling people tethers. They was on your panel
Yeah,
saying
but
yeah shit.
yeah, but there was some Mexicans in there, right? And they talk shit about Black Americans. But I know if they think a certain way about Black Americans, I know they look at me as the same because they look like, yeah, you Hispanic, but you a black, you nappy
Yeah,
headed.
your hair
So
texture is closer to
so
my
I'm
hair.
so
So
I'm aware of that. I am
okay,
aware of Hispanic people who look down on Black or Hispanics. I'm aware of that.
okay. So don't be mad at the
That-
FBA for having for us trying to gatekeep our culture.
uh,
We could
But
get some shit right.
FBA is like a it's like a terrorist group,
It's
a
not
low
a
key,
terrorist
an
group.
online terrorist group.
It's not a terrorist group. Oh my god, I
Like
gotta
that's what.
hold on one
Listen,
second.
I
Let's
gotta
see.
go back to work before I
Okay,
get fired,
go
right?
ahead.
Because if not, I'm gonna be asking you for cash ads, right? So I'm gonna ask for you for reparations, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, I think this is all online bullshit. This
Oh
is
no,
all online bullshit.
we gonna see. I don't know. I don't know.
But hey, it's all love, Venus.
Thank you for feeding me.
I'll talk to you.
Appreciate it.
I don't care what they say about you. We still cool.
I appreciate it.
All
Yeah, they
right. All right.
love
Have a
to say
good day.
about me. It's okay. They ain't got a lot to say. Ain't nothing new. I did want to address this person on his channel. They said, I just know she beats her kids in the middle of the store. They talking about me, right?
Oh, they talk about nah, no, hold on. Let's get to it. Black people don't whip their kids in public.
Right, but this is the assumption that I even have fucking
Kid,
kids, right?
right? Yeah, yeah. It's they're
Saying
assuming. They're
like
assuming.
your people are racist as fuck fighter. They can't help it.
How is someone assuming that you have a kid racist?
Because why would they say this? And that I beat my
No.
kid in the middle of the
Hold
store.
on, hold on. Let's be real. You've been around Spanish people. They are not shy to whipping their kids' ass in public.
We're not doing that. Like I said, your channel is a breeding ground for fucking racist people who
Oh
hate
my
black
god.
people. They can't wait to say some stereotypical shit just like you.
I used to get my ass whooped.
My point. So but you gonna be offended when somebody call your ass a tether. They should
Nah,
call you.
because I felt like Tiff, yo, really mean that shit, yo. I ain't like that. And,
Yeah,
and
some
she a
black,
wo- and she a woman, so
black,
I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna get at her. But
black people are really tired of y'all shit. We not fucking around no more. That's
well,
why
I don't know.
when you ever seen black people so like pro anti-immigration before. Y'all are
Yeah,
pissing.
it's super. Yeah, it's super xenophobic. Y'all remind me of these white people.
Y'all
Um,
pissing. Your people are you the, a lot of the people who are immigrants or descendants of immigrants, you've gotten too comfortable with your disrespect.
nah, I
It's
don't. I don't. I'm not like that.
you have,
I'm.
and it's to the point that the two groups that are opposing each other are willing to collaborate, the black and the white. They're willing to collaborate on the immigration thing because that's how much of a problem this shit is starting to be. Like, and you too, you told me last time if a
Yeah,
white
go ahead.
told you you should be happy, um, or like tell you about the contribution, you said you would
Yeah.
tell the white person what you said you would tell them.
Or I'm gonna tell him to eat a dick and do something about me being here. Like,
So my point is, I don't respect nobody. That's why everybody fucking. That's why everybody's mad. Everybody's
no.
like, get the fuck. That's why y'all cannot do this shit. You told me
Oh
about
my god.
the American who's over there in the DR and he's respectful.
Li-
He running his
Listen,
business and he's shutting the
listen. I'm about to get fired. I think you trying to get me fired. Look, I got to get back to work.
Okay, so
Peace and
send me a
love
cash
and
app.
coconut oil.
Can I
Love
have
and
a
coconut
cash app?
oil.
I need reparations. Send me a cash
And,
app.
cocoa butter. Yeah, I send you a $5 holla. Send you a $5 holla. All right. Bye, Venus.
Okay, y'all. So let me drop fighter because I got the right. I just want to make sure I say thank you to everyone who did support me today. I feel like I saw more cash apps, but I'm not sure. Let me look. So I don't know. That concludes today's class, y'all. Like I said, these people be racist as hell. His chat racist as hell. Thank you, Renee, for the cash app. I appreciate you, boo. And let me look here real quick. Oh, this one. So hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. Sucker Free says most Dominicans hold the ideology of Rafael Trujillo. We already spoke that that was some type of dictator that they got rid of, I guess. Where's the other one? Sucker Free said Venus, his name on his avatar is very offensive to black folks. Ask him what Kokolo means. Well, he's not here, so let's ask Google. What does Kokolo mean in Dominican Republic? It says it refers to the descendants of English, French, or other Afro Caribbean immigrants who migrated from Lesser Antilles Islands to work in the sugar industry during the late 19th and 20th century, primarily settled in San Pedro. Uh, they brought distinct cultural traditions, including unique music, food. How is it disrespectful? Oh, it says this term originally served as a derogatory nickname given to immigrants from British Caribbean sugar plantations, particularly by Dominican laborers. Hmm. That's what I'm saying. It's in their blood. They can't help but be like that. They have inherited very racist, very colorist, very texturist ideologies that they just walk around breathing these things on people like they don't even whether they mean to or not. And this is why the FBA wants to delineate. Okay, and we will not be stopped. Yeah, Wall Street Willie, you blew it. First of all, I don't want to talk to you. You do not let people finish. You got some type of ADD going on. Second of all, you called Tiff the B word. I don't appreciate that because she didn't do shit. So no, I don't want to talk to you. Reese Cup says they mean to. Yeah, it says it's to be derogatory. Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't even said they don't mean to. But I meant like the story I was telling about my client, right? With the you're one of the good ones. And she really felt like she was paying me a compliment when she said that. Like she did. She wasn't trying to offend me. But I'm saying like it's such a regular thing where they come from. They do not realize when they're offending you because it's normal to speak those ways in your absence. See what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't think I have nothing else. I gotta play this for. Is it Renee? Let me see. Renee, if you're still here, look at the screen, okay? I gotta play you the. This is my video for all the ladies when they send a cash out. Yo, that cracks me up every time. I swear. I'm gonna keep playing it until it gets old. But anyway, I've had enough. Everybody have a good day. Think about some of the stuff I said, y'all. The men are evil. We need to put them on an airplane, ship them to Mars, never to be seen or heard from again. Okay, black women, stay safe. Okay, protect your heart, protect your mind, and protect your cooch. Okay, protect your cooch. Don't just let anybody and everybody have access. This is how we got where we at right now. Okay, I'm gonna catch y'all later.